we're at such a young age to where we grew up so much in our mental mindset
Sure.
to where we know right and wrong and how to operate things.
Okay.
Like we know what we're doing,
Okay.
even when it feels like we don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
Because it always works out regardless.
Okay.
It always works
Okay.
out
Okay.
regardless.
Okay. I
It
got
always
you.
works out regardless. So
You're not lying
it's
though.
hello everyone and welcome to another episode of College Survivor Guide podcast. I'm your host Macy Vessell.
I'm Floyd Harris.
Thank you all for watching. So we're gonna just jump right into it because this is our final episode of the series.
Macy, before we start, how are you doing? How
I'm
are
doing good. I'm actually like just walking in life.
you? Yeah.
Like I can't explain it. Like I'm trying not to stress about stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm actually getting better with it. Just knowing that everything already
Right.
is set and planned for my future.
Mm-hmm.
So
I can relate.
yeah, I'm just breathing. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Lots of big changes coming, but I'm trying to, open up to them and not, be scared of it and stuff. But yeah, big changes coming, graduation and moving and all that stuff. But things are going good. They're going all right.
So we're going to talk about our college experiences actually a little bit in a second. But first, we are going to jump into the first topic. We decided that we're going to say, what are some things that people may misunderstand about you? Basically, some stereotypes that people may interpret about you. So, Floyd, you want to go first?
When I read this question, I can only kind of relate to my teenage years because now that I'm older now, I've kind of matured, and I guess I didn't really care what people misunderstood about me. But when I was a teenager, that was definitely a different story. But so answering that question, what are some things people may misunderstand about me? I guess people would think I would be an annoying person at first, but when you get to know me, I'm just, I'm more lay down and chill.
That's same with me. Like I'm very like preppy sometimes when I first meet people. Not because like I'm meeting you, but because like I'm interacting and you're around. So some people probably find me annoying at first, but I'm a really chill person.
And maybe I can be serious sometimes. Yeah. But I'm not serious all the time. But when I'm serious, I'm just like, it needs to be this. I need this answered. If that makes sense. I don't know. Yeah, growing up, I wasn't attractive, if that makes sense. Because when I was a teen, I was growing up around a lot of white people, and they hit puberty kind of way before I did. Yeah. If that makes sense. But yeah, just seeing like the difference, it just took more time for me, if that makes sense.
When I was in elementary, I was stereotyped a lot for being a bigger girl. Like I just grew hips and stuff at a young age. So it made me seem bigger than the other people around me. So I know I was stereotyped for that. But I think a lot of people misunderstand my business mode and my personal mode at the same time. Like a lot of people don't understand that it's boundaries between it. Business always comes before personal. And that is what it is. Because a lot of people will be like, I've always asked to be on your show and you never chose me and you always speaking and stuff. I'm like, I can do all this, but that doesn't mean that I have to bring you on my show for you to know your worth. Of course, I'm going to speak to you and be jolly when I see you because you're a human being. But it's probably not the best interest for you to come on my show because I see things that may not be of best interest at heart. Not even on my end, just for the better of their end. So I know people think that. I know in high school, I was kind of a. I know I was called a female dog before and stuff. Um yeah, I was kind of like a B word at sometimes. I could be like messy a little bit too. So everything that I'm doing now, I used to do back then, just not in a mature way, basically. because I'm still, getting stories and doing the hot topics and stuff. But back then I was just doing it just to pass around and have a good conversation with my friends. So, um
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my Instagram makes me come off a little bit more bougie-ish than what I am a little
Okay, I
bit
can see that.
because of my good outfits and stuff. And I'm still just a chill person. Like, my favorite outfits are still like tights and t-shirts,
Hmm.
despite me being who I am
You've
today.
seen the growth. Is all.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and me growing made me realize materialistic things don't really mean anything. And I think that's why I'm so comfortable walking around now. Because when I first got on campus, I used to think I need to dress this way. I need to
Right.
be able to dress up every day. I
I
need
was
more
just glad to
clothes.
be here.
Finna go broke.
I was just like, oh.
Finna go broke trying to, get some clothes and stuff. So
Yeah.
that actually goes into our other conversation. What are some challenges you have faced in college and how did you move forward?
Challenges. Uh,
I know some challenges, maybe group chats. Um
okay.
when you start off in group chats when you begin college, you're most likely not going to be with those same people by the end. I'm not with it, like, either of any of them. We're still good people to each other and speaking stuff, but we're not like click tight or nothing. So,
I guess a lot of challenges I faced. I guess since I'm an out of state student, a lot of my thinking was, okay, what am I doing next month? Like, am I buying my ticket back home? Am I packing? Like, it was a lot of planning that I had to do throughout college, because I was on a schedule, on a budget. I had to figure it out.
taught me a lot about being humble. Um Before I came to college, I'm not going to say I always got my way, but I was very much used to being like the main girl in things, basically. So when I got to college, I had to realize that it's enough room for everybody and to not be very much envious or opinionated on somebody else's life, basically, just because we're in the same space. Because no matter how many people are in that space, you're not the same in any kind of way.
Some things I've noticed for students that may be challenges for them is that they don't take classes or college as serious as they may need to be, and they're just here just to be here.
Have fun,
But
party. Whoop, whoop.
you have to have a balance, really do. But yeah, that's I remember freshman year. Some freshmen were not taking that class serious. So I was like, am I back in high school? Is that what we're doing? But yeah, you have to choose who you hang out with and your environment.
Another challenge I had to face was don't fight in spaces that you're not appreciated or very much
Okay.
needed or
People who
wanted.
don't like. Okay.
I used to think that I
Don't raise
needed
your
to
hands around
have,
people who don't
yeah, like,
give a
basically,
about you.
when I first got here, I felt like I needed to be a part of a group,
Mhm.
to be able to fit in, because who wants to go through college alone? Nobody. But I also had to realize that just because you're a part of this group doesn't mean that they're very much loyal to you at the same
Right.
time. And
They're not obligated.
and when you're in college, you very much realize who your real friends are and who your associates more so are. Because
Yeah.
some people are just
Seriously.
meant to be people you remember
For
from
a
college.
season. Yeah. Yeah. True story. True story.
Same with high school. Some people you just gotta remember. But yeah, what are some other challenges I faced? Mm.
I didn't have any problem with housing sometimes. Um, I guess dealing with the weather here, I'm not from here. That rain, that humidity, them bugs. I'm not saying California don't have humidity and bugs, but it's just really different. It's different out here, but it's manageable. I don't do floods. I don't do that. Them
I
hurricanes,
don't do
that's
that.
very scary.
Um, Challenges, like, I don't really feel like I faced too many challenges because I never had to repeat a class. I didn't have any detrimental things happen
I've
to
known
me.
some students who repeated classes like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, how are you doing that?
Yeah, like
I would have been yelled at, screamed at.
my people would have been like, "What is going on? Like, do we need to bring
People
you
have
to?"
different
Yeah,
situations, so I'm not gonna.
people have different, things that go on. But I don't think I really even faced any many challenges. More so hardships and just getting to the climb.
Yeah.
It's the
Consistent.
climb.
What did you say?
It's the climb. By Miley Cyrus.
Yes.
Ooh, that song got me through some stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, so we can go into our third topic. How has social media changed since we first started out? So I can say that I feel many more people. Well, not many more people. Let me not say
It's
that.
definitely
It's
gained a lot more.
yeah, it's a content creator world right now.
A lot of people have consumed it
Yes.
since where I've started.
It's a content creator world now, so I feel like a lot of people go to events more so to get footage instead of enjoying events. Um because when I first got here, I hate to be the one to compare old Southern experience to the new experience, but it has changed. We were more in tune with what was going on. It was more people showing out and coming out to events more so now. But even the events that we have now, like Springfest and stuff, it's still hitting. Like it's still fun. It's still crowd interactions. But when it comes to events such as pageants or like small panel talks, it can be more people than what it used to be.
When I think about social media, I think about when I was in middle school and how I first started off with Instagram.
I was
I
just
took a
taking
picture like
pictures
this on
of
profile.
I was just taking
That's my
pictures of
profile picture.
candles and stuff.
I was like, my mom was like, do not do them duck lips. Them duck lips is for girls. And I was like, Mom, they're iconic.
Mom, they're iconic.
But I changed it. But yeah, that Instagram. Yeah, Instagram was that girl in middle school.
It
and
was.
Still is, but
But she got competition. We can admit she got more competition. When I first started Instagram, I would just take pictures of random stuff just to put some content out, like just to see people
way
like my
old
stuff.
Instagram looked. That reminds me. That's crazy.
My old Instagram is still up. That's crazy. I ended up logging out thinking that I could redo the password, not knowing my email. So,
Started with is the one I have now.
yeah, this the Macy Vessell Instagram came a long way because I restarted it. I want to say right before I went to high school. So actually I restarted 8th grade year.
What?
My Instagram. I deleted. I mean, I logged out of the old one 7th grade year, and then I made a new one before 8th grade year.
We grew up when the iPhone was starting out.
So crazy. I used to have an iPad, and actually an iPad Mini. That was my little baby for real.
My dad had that old bulky iPhone in the back. I used to have it all the time, thinking it was mine. I was like, "This is my phone." I wanted an iPhone so bad.
Funny story. I ended up getting an iPhone 6 my 9th grade year, but I ended up giving a smart remark to my parents, so they took it back. So I ended up with an iPhone 4. It was such a downgrade because I didn't even have a phone before like the iPhone 6.
So your first phone was an iPhone?
iPhone 6, yes.
Okay, my first one was an Android. My mom said, "You'll be grateful."
Well, like my first phone given to me was an iPhone 6, but the other ones was like phones I found or something. I didn't steal them or nothing, but I found them.
I didn't get an iPhone until high school. Freshman year? I don't
My
know.
mama told me, "You better take this iPhone 4." It was so small and the camera quality was so bad. Oh my god.
That's I liked iPhone for that reason. Their camera quality, very, very good.
But yeah, it's more of a content creator time.
Yeah.
I feel like since social media is more active now, people feel like they don't have to go to events. And I think that's what the difference is from back then. Because back then, when events was happening, that's probably the only move that they had. Now it's about 5 party promoters posting on their Instagram different parties every night, the same nights of these events. So people gonna choose the parties over the events. And sometimes the events aren't
I'm not a party person.
a lot of the events aren't promoted properly, so a lot of people don't be knowing about what be going on and stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you like parties?
No, I am not a party person, and that's why you do not see me at parties.
I like kickbacks.
I like a kickback. Like I just feel like parties, it'd be so much going on. It's always the same thing going on. We're gonna hear the same 30 songs, and and I'm from Baton Rouge, so this Webby Boosie stuff. I listened to it already. So it's like we can only wipe it down so many times. So I just choose to go to kickbacks or like school events that I feel more safe at because too much stuff be going on at these college parties. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. And it don't even be the college students, it be the outsiders. That be the thing. I be like, can they have some fun without y'all causing danger?
I said be safe and know your environment.
But it's crazy because we thought we knew our environment. So that's why it's like anything can happen at any moment. So, people be like, you don't go out, but stuff can happen at your job, at your blah, blah, blah. But I'm not drunk at my job either. Yeah. And I'm not around strangers mostly of the time. So that's the differences between it. But looking back, did you think you would be here today and why? I don't know,
I
and
would
like
accomplish a lot, but
I knew I would accomplish a lot, but I didn't think that my spirit would change the way it did. I'm a definitely different person than when I started college off. It was just very different. I didn't view things the same way that I do now, and I think that's what made me a better person is that I learned different perspectives of situations and allowed myself to mature in ways that I didn't think I would. I had to let my pride go in a lot of situations in college. That's one thing. You cannot always be right in every situation. You also have to learn that even though that we're adults, there's still some type of authority over us, so we do not control everything. And I had to realize everything is not in my control. So once I realized if it's meant to happen, it's gonna happen. That's when I just whoosh, and everything just became more clear for me.
that's crazy. Looking back, did you think you would be here today?
And why?
My answer, yes, because I worked for it. I'm being serious. Yes, I worked for it. Code Blue, Greek, school. I worked
Everything,
for it.
just everything.
Yeah, I knew I would be here, and that's for sure. I manifested that. I remember freshman year. I will never forget. I'm not gonna go deep into it, but I was working on myself, and I was, running. Oh, I hated running, but it's all right.
We never sat on our behinds. We always worked for what we
I worked for
received.
it.
And I just always love when people give me my flowers before they know I'm graduating because a lot of people be like, "What are you doing after college and all that?" I don't know yet. So I always tell people I'm just walking in my purpose, bro. Like because you can think you want to do something one day and then the next day you change your whole total mindset. That's what life is. You find interest in things as you grow and get more mature.
I'm just excited to see where this partakes. You know.
I didn't. I don't know. When I started my brand, I knew it would be something special, but I didn't think like the outfits. Yes, like I didn't know how iconic I would be at such a young age. Like the way I just stare at my pictures sometimes, like the way I put those outfits, the way my makeup, the hair, like the whole look, it just screams like she's the host and she's in control of everything that's about to go down. Like I just love knowing that I really started it without knowing what I wanted to do and I just get better as I
That's how you
go.
do it. I was reading a book. It was called I don't know. We don't know what we're doing, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We really don't, and that's what's
I forgot
crazy.
the title. But yeah.
So since this is our final episode, what did you want to talk about before we get into the songs of the week later? Like this is
I
crazy.
guess I don't want to say plans, but how do you feel? I guess as a whole, college experience. How do you feel? What are your
I don't think I realized that it's coming to an end because I'm so like dual about it until next semester comes. And college was really such a fun experience for me. But after I started my brand, a lot of things beforehand just became a blur because my life is the total opposite of how it started versus how it is now. So college was just an eye opener that anything can happen at any minute. And I think I'm gonna forever remember that because this is where, the seed starts. With you, with me, whoever is in college, this is where the seed starts. And it's up to you to water it every single day. So it's just crazy to see how you can change in college.
I guess I had a great experience. What I can say is I was present the entire time of college, and what I want to say is college is what you make it. Seriously. So you can complain and still do the work. You can complain and still go to class. You can complain and do what you still don't want to do, but you still need to do it, right? But I took opportunities and just took it and just kept taking it. I got the scholarships. I got the when I didn't think I could do it, I got Code Blue, and it's just like it was really motivating, And I want to be like a role model to my younger siblings who aren't, here. They're back at home, or I just want them to know, you can do this too. Seriously.
Yeah. I always want to just leave a trail for everybody to know that they can really do this. Like, college was an experience and it is almost over. You graduate in less than 30 days. I graduate in less than 6 months. So it's just crazy. We're about to be adults. And I'm going to need y'all to tune into our social medias because we're about to kill this adult life. I'm actually really excited just thinking about it because we're at such a young age to where we grew up so much in our mental mindset to where we know right and wrong and how to operate things. Like we know what we're doing, even when it feels like we don't know what we're doing.
Okay.
Because it always works out regardless.
Okay.
It always works out regardless.
Okay. I
It
got
always
you.
works out regardless. So
You're not lying. I
always-
touch it to my sister about that all the time, but okay.
So it just always works out, and
Yeah.
you just have to keep continuing to believe it and walking in faith. But you have to do the work. You cannot sit around and wait for blessings to come. You have to chase them. So y'all just keep going. I promise y'all. And it just feels good to say that it is almost over and we did everything that we said we were going to do. But before we close out,
We'll do some music now.
we are going to do songs of the week. So Floyd, you can go first with your 3.
My first song that I really been banging to is "Bite Me" by Avril Lavigne.
You should know better than someone like me.
Hey,
He put me on that song, y'all.
she is still that girl, and y'all keep playing with me. God, go listen to her album right now. She still sounds like back in 2009.
Yeah,
Anyway.
she still sounds just as fresh.
And "Day and Night" by Kid Cudi.
Day and night.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's
and
some other people too.
Is mighty.
Well, that takes me back. Seriously, I love that song. And "London Bridge" by Fergie.
How does that go again? I feel like I know that song.
No. My London Bridge wanna go down like London.
I didn't.
Wanna go down.
Okay, I
like
don't know it.
London. Really? How come every time you come around?
I know her other songs though. You got me slipping. Oh,
Really?
tumbling. Oh.
Yeah, that's enough. You should listen to that song.
Okay, my 3 songs is Princess Diana by Ice Spice, and Nicki Minaj. The remix really got me hooked on this song. Nicki really did her thing. Ice Spice did too. It's just crazy just crazy. I just love it. Okay, it's just been on repeat. Second song is CEO by Finesse Two Times and Kevin Gates. It's a hip hop song, so you either know it or you don't, but it's very motivational. The last song is Show Me by Joey Badass. My boyfriend put me on that song. It's just so it's just very calming and relaxing song to listen to. And also it just shows perspectives of different kinds of love. So it's a really good calming song. But since we've been gone for so long, we decided to give y'all some honorable mentions in our list. So my honorable mentions is Fly Girl by Flo featuring Missy Elliott. Now I think Flo is a Canada. I think they're from Canada. They're a Canadian girl group. If I'm wrong, just correct me. Missy Elliott got on there with the "It's your," it's like a little remix. If you're a fly girl, get your nails done, get a pedicure, get your hair did. Can you tell me that it's obvious? I don't need a minute. Yeah, I was playing it on a song one day on the car. And I See You by Coco Jones. I know it's been on TikTok, but I really like the song personally a lot. So, and Floyd, what are your honorable mentions?
My honorable mentions are Bad Blood by, I don't know if it's NAO or NAO, but yes.
Do you remember?
I like that song. I didn't hear it until I came here in Louisiana. And then Kesha, blah blah blah.
If you know, you know. Like a padlock. And meet me in the back with the jukebox.
Hey, I don't really live back.
Just turn around, boy. Let me hit that. Don't be a little with your chit chat.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. So, listen, hot stuff. I'm in love
with this song, so just hush.
Baby, shut up. Heard enough. Stop talking that blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
You think you get in this?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes.
But I want to say thank y'all for listening so much to this podcast throughout the whole semester. These episodes will forever be on YouTube on my channel. So if you're watching this now in 2 years and 6 months, thank you for just watching and spending time with me and Floyd.
Yes, thank you for listening.
Just continue to follow us on social media so y'all can be able to keep up with us. Currently, my Instagram is the Macy Vessell, TheMacyVessell. And Floyd, what's your Instagram?
And mine is Flowizzo, FLO_WIZLE.
And stay tuned for his graduation photos, because guess who took them? This girl. So I'm just excited to drop that. And I just want to personally thank you, Floyd, for being on this journey with me and agreeing when I asked you and never questioning.
No problem. It's no problem. Vision. It's crazy because I said I want to be on the podcast and you said, let me do a podcast. I was like, oh, okay.
Just like Austin and Allie, there is no way I will make it without you.
Love you more.
So thank y'all for watching, and make sure to always tune in to College Survivor Guide podcast.
Thank y'all.